Welcome to Indie Journal's election special coverage. I'm Prajakta, and today we are here to talk about Punjab. All 13 constituencies in Punjab are going to polls on June 1st, the last phase of Lok Sabha elections 2024. Punjab is at a very unique turn right now, at a very interesting turn right now. The stir caused by the farmers' protest is still very fresh. The political dynamics in the states have also changed. So, we will be talking about all of these things with Professor Harjeshwar Pal Singh, who is joining us right now. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Prajakta. Thank you.
Yes. So, sir, let's just jump to the discussion right away. And my first question to you is that, considering your long experience of observing Punjab politics, what do you think is the mood of Punjab right now, this election?
Prajakta, as far as Punjab is concerned, at the moment, if you ask me, uh, there is a lot of heat as far as heat wave is spreading throughout the state. And
Hmm.
people are not that much enthusiastic about the polls. If you, because there has been some disagreement with the different political parties who have successfully ruled Punjab and they have failed to fulfill the aspirations of the people. So that is why I
Hmm.
think there is a mood of disillusionment. So as far as when the campaign has been long and arduous in Punjab for the last
Hmm.
1.5 months, but it has not picked up that pace if we compare it
Hmm.
to previous elections. And I
Hmm.
feel that even the turnout could be less this time than what
Oh.
we witnessed historically in Punjab. So that is one
Hmm.
thing. One reason for that is that there is a huge outcry among people against turncoats. Many
Hmm.
people, candidates, for example, Mr. Bittu, Rabneet Bittu, who was a two times MP from Congress, he shifted to BJP from Congress. Similarly, we have people from Aam Aadmi Party, Sushil Kumar Rintu, who was made an MP. He came from
Hmm.
Congress, joined AAP. Last year, he was made an MP. And this time, he was given
Right.
ticket from AAP, but then he jumped to BJP. So there have been so many people who have been going from one party to another. And this has led to a lot of disillusionment. Also, I think the Bhagwant Mann government, which came to power two years
Hmm.
back, it came with a very huge mandate. It had 92 MLAs, and people had high expectations from them. They were thinking that we will change the politics of the state. But after 2.5 months, many sections of the public, they are disillusioned with the government also because they feel that many of those promises have not been fulfilled. The state is
Hmm.
still riven with the drug issue. Women, they are saying, poor people, they are saying that we have not got 1,000 rupees which as promised to us. And also there
Hmm.
have been issues of unemployment, inflation, etc. So all these things have added to the disillusionment, turncoat, heat, and plus,
Right.
uh, and one interesting thing that is happening in Punjab is that at least in 2 to 3 seats, it is independent candidates who
Hmm.
are uh, who are rising in this election. We must have heard of Amrit Pal. He was
Yeah.
a radical preacher, and he
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
sent to Dibrugarh jail on amnesty was imposed upon him. He is fighting the
Hmm.
elections from Khadur Sahib. Then there is Sarabjit Singh, who is fighting elections from Faridkot, and he is the son of Jam Singh, who was a son of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the former Prime Minister.
Hmm.
And then
Yes.
there is Shiromani Man, the radical leader who has been
Hmm.
demanding Rajasthan, Akali Man. So all these three candidates, are getting good traction in many of the seats. So that also
Okay.
shows a sort of a disillusionment of the people with the conventional political parties.
Okay. So, you touched upon that a bit right now, but if we have to talk about the defining issues this time for Punjab, what do you think would they be as far as elections are concerned? What do you think Punjab will vote for?
As far as defining issues are concerned, those issues have been there for many years. For example, this
Hmm.
farmer distress has been there. We have seen a huge protest of farmers against the three laws which came, and ultimately the Modi
Hmm.
government had to scrap those things. But the farmer agitation has continued, and even 2 months back, it again came back to life, and it was stopped at the
Hmm.
Haryana border with brutality. So the issue of the farmers, whether they are demanding MSP and they are demanding their debt relief, that is already there.
Hmm.
Then of course, Punjab has a huge drug problem, which has continued to rise irrespective of the government, whether it is Akali Dal or Congress, or even now Aam Aadmi Party. And people are suspecting uh, that the political parties or the police enforcement and agencies, they might have some
Mm-hmm.
hand in that. This is what the
Oh.
perception better. So, and one of the reasons for the rise of radicals is that many of them they are saying that we will fight against this war on drugs. One of the reasons
Hmm.
for the appeal of Amritpal is that he was saying that I am preaching religion and I am also trying to stop this drug addiction which is there in the countryside. So this
Oh.
has been a
Okay.
persistent problem in Punjab. Then of course
Hmm.
there is unemployment, and then people are continuously migrating to foreign lands. The state is largely uh, debt-ridden, and it is almost on the verge of bankruptcy, and the government is taking debt and debt to even its normal functioning it has to do with that. So all those things have
Hmm.
continued, and the political parties in the last uh, all the political parties in the last 10 15 years they have promised huge, but they have not delivered. So I think
Hmm.
those issues they have continued to persist. And then of course there are the traditional issues of Punjab about sharing of water with Haryana and then Chandigarh and Punjabi speaking areas. They continue to linger. So all those
Hmm.
issues they are continuing, and then of course many of the states they believe that political prisoners they have been there
Right.
unfairly they have been put on all these
Hmm.
years. So those things have been persisting for all these years. So these issues of livelihood, these are issues of identity, these are issues of states also. Those all those issues have persisted, and most of the political parties they are promises they have made huge promises, but they have not delivered on them so far.
Okay. So we'll get back to the political parties after a while. But coming to the farmers' protest, which is, of course, the biggest talking point as far as Punjab elections this time are considered. So, how did the farmers' issues and protests come to define the political landscape in the state?
Now, this is something very interesting, Prajakta, because when we saw the Ram Mandir issue coming up, it was very huge
Hmm.
in February, March, when the
Yeah.
Ram Temple issue came up. And there was a large indication that BJP, uh, as in other states, they will also gain in Punjab among large sections
Hmm.
of the people. But immediately after Ram Temple, it was the farmers who said that we want to press our issues, we want to get those issues resolved, we want the MSP and debt relief, and they started
Hmm.
their agitation and they moved towards Delhi. It was not
Hmm.
all the
Hmm.
farmer unions, some farmer unions which had done it, and those
Yeah.
farmers they were stopped brutally at the gates of Haryana. They were not allowed to enter.
Hmm.
They were tear gas, and uh, one farmer also died in that. So there,
Died. Yeah.
this
Okay.
led to huge resentment among the farmers, not only in Punjab but also in Haryana. So they resolved that in this election they will oppose BJP and they will not allow their candidates to contest. And this is what has happened in Punjab. That BJP
Hmm. Hmm.
candidates have tried their best, but they have not been able to canvass. Farmers have protested against them. They have raised slogans against them. They have asked questions from
Hmm.
them, and those they have not been able to operate in the countryside. So BJP's campaign, as far as Punjab is concerned, it has been largely confined to the cities. In the
Hmm.
countryside, they have not been allowed to operate. So that is, I think, that decision by the BJP government to stop the farmers at the Haryana border has
Right.
backfired on them.
On them. So, what is the genesis of these issues that the farmers are facing?
I think there is the long-term concern as far as the Punjab farmers are concerned
Hmm.
because farm incomes have been declining. The Punjab model, which is basically the 1960s, 70s model, basically
Hmm.
based upon paddy and wheat cultivation. Now that has stagnated, the yield has stagnated, the input prices have risen, and MSP is sort of seen as farmers as their last resort, as their last reserve. So
Hmm.
if when the government came up with these three laws, they saw that even their this last report will be taken away and their lands can go taken away by the corporate. So this was a huge fear
Hmm.
among the farmers, and there is a huge trust deficit with the central government, with the Modi government, and with this action 2 months back, I think that trust deficit has in fact deepened. It has not been resolved. Although the government has tried to uh, uh, come with some package, not I will say not packages, but some measures to assuage the feeling of state. For example, they were saying that commemorating some religious issues, commemorating the martyrdom of Guru Tegh Bahadur, or commemorating the martyrdom of the Veer Bal Divas. So they have been using some of these religious issues to say to the states
Hmm.
that okay, we are very concerned about you. But again,
Hmm.
when they take one step forward, then they take two steps back. Then when this Amritpal issue came up, there was huge
Hmm.
outcry in the media, and
Yeah.
especially people in Punjab, they felt that unfairly they have been targeted and they have been called terrorists by the government-sponsored media. So that thing
Hmm.
has
Hmm. Hmm.
continued, that has continuously uh, the gulf between the two, that is the Sikhs or the people of Punjab,
Right.
and with the BJP, it has increased.
Okay. So, as I said, coming back to the political parties now, we'll come to BJP at the end maybe. But let's start this time. I think in decades, for the first time, Punjab is seeing a fight between four parties who are contesting separately. Four big parties, if we say that there is Shiromani Akali Dal, there is BJP, there is Congress, and there is AAP. So, to start with Akali Dal, what did Akali Dal's politics do to and for Punjab in all these decades? You think?
Prajakta, you are right on this. In fact, this time the Punjab politics has opened. Now it is not only four cornered in some seats, it is even five cornered.
Hmm.
In some seats, BSP is strong. In some seats, as I already mentioned, even those
Hmm.
three radical leaders, they are also
Yeah,
very
right.
strong.
Yeah.
Now, Akali Dal has been the traditional agrarian, Punjab-based party, largely of the Sikhs and rural. They had the rural base, and it is
Hmm.
almost
Hmm.
it is a 100 years party, and it has taken up issues of the Sikhs. It has taken up issues of farmers, and it has taken up issues of Punjab.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But in this party, in the last 20 years, it has been become the property of one political family. That is now it has become not Akali Dal, it is now Shiromani Akali Dal Badal. So just as we
Hmm.
saw in Haryana, there was a Chotala family taking of INLD. Similarly, we have Samajwadi Party taken by
Hmm.
the Mulayam Singh Yadav family. Similarly,
Yeah.
some that happened to Punjab also, that this party became personalized and it became a family-oriented party. And then they had
Hmm. Hmm.
10 years rule over Punjab. Now, this led to large-handedness of a very large number. Lots of mafias came up, sand mafia, drug mafia, all those
Hmm.
mafias, civil mafias, just came up. And Akalis, they had a reputation of very high-handedness in Punjab. And also their collaboration with BJP, because this collaboration is almost 24, 5 years, they had a collaboration with BJP. And many people in Punjab felt that Akalis sold out to the BJP. Then all those issues for which the people supported them, traditionally supported them, the farmers issues, the issues of Punjab, or even the issues of what we call the rural people, they left it.
Hmm.
And then they also made two very crucial blunders. One was happened in 2015 when they uh, used the Khalsa to pardon Dera Mukhi, that is Ram Rahim Singh. And then
Hmm.
there was a huge Bargadi incident. This led to a huge outcry among the religious Sikhs, and they began to desert the party. And then
Hmm.
during this farmers' agitation, when the farmers protested against the three laws, Akali Dal at that time they were supporting the BJP, and Akali Dal initially supported those three laws. So
Hmm.
the people of Punjab, especially in the rural areas, they went against Akali Dal. And Akali Dal, which used to poll about 34, 35% vote, and they used to have form majority of their own, they were left with only 15 seats in 2017, and now their
Yeah.
graph, they have only 3 seats. And in this election, if you ask me, as a serious player, they exist only in 1 to 2 seats. That is the Bathinda and Firozpur. Apart from
Hmm.
those
Hmm. Hmm.
seats, there is not much of future for them. And their leaders, their cadres, their supporters are leaving them in droves. They are either joining BJP or many are then going to AAP, and all they are supporting the radicals. So Akali Dal has been in a very steep decline, and it would
Yeah.
be under Sukhbir Badal. I think it would be very difficult for them to make a comeback.
Yeah. So as you said, under Sukhbir Badal, so I have read a lot of reports which say that this change in leadership has it has contributed a lot to the decline of Akali Dal. Is that the reason why is it struggling to exist right now in this election?
I think there are long-term reasons for the decline of Akali Dal. Because after it
Hmm.
became a family-oriented party, leaders who were parallel leaders who had grassroots support, they were just
Hmm.
marginalized. The old Jathedars, they were marginalized. And this happened during the rule of Mr. Prakash Singh Badal, who was the father of Sukhbir Badal. But at least Mr. Prakash Singh Badal, he had a capacious sort of a capacity. He could take people from different walks of life together. He could take,
Hmm.
compared to that, Sukhbir Badal and his what is called brother-in-law, Medithia, they have a much more rough style of politics, and they are more corporate style, which has
Hmm.
antagonized their traditional social base. They have tried to incorporate other social groups, and they have tried to use money in power, but and they discarded the ideology, which was the glue which hold the Akalis together, and tried to hold the Akalis together only with power. But once the power
Hmm.
went away, since the ideology had already left it, the power party is now struggling because people who had come to the party for power, now they can't see any power, so they are leaving it
Hmm.
for other parties. So that I think is one of the main reasons that why Akalis has declined in the state.
Right. So coming to Congress now, we saw what happened to Congress in the last few years in Punjab. The 2022 election, Congress lost its power in the state, and we have heard multiple reports since before that election, since before the assembly elections, and even after that about the intra-party conflict in Punjab Congress, and we have seen a lot of such instances as well. So, what do you think is Congress's state in this? What's its condition in Punjab right now?
Congress has that this has been a persistent feature of Congress, not only this time, but it has been a historical feature of Congress that Congress has always been sectionalized in Punjab. And I think one of the
Hmm.
reasons is that because it is a party which is controlled from the center. So even the central leadership deliberately tries to have as many sections as possible so that the ultimate
Hmm.
power resides with them. So when it has to decide the leaders, all the leaders they can go to Delhi and then whatever Delhi decides, they they find it. So the same thing is happening in Punjab. Now, after Mr. Amrinder Singh, who had an iron-like grip on Punjab, and he was a very powerful leader,
Hmm.
and even
Yeah.
with the Gandhis, he had a antagonistic sort of a relationship, especially in his last regime. Now, since he
Hmm.
has gone away, the factionalism has again risen, and at least there are 4 5 leaders who are claiming the top spot. There is Mr. Charanjit Singh Channi, the former CM, he's a Dalit leader, and he has a
Hmm.
good following in the Dalits and even among the Jats. Then we have Mr. Raja Vading, a young dynamic president who's
Hmm.
fighting from Ludhiana this time. He has emerged
Yeah.
as a leader. He has a good control of the organization. Then we have Mr.
Okay.
Pratap Singh Bajwa, who is a very senior leader. He has been very adept in the state assembly, and he is considered to be a very wily sort of leader. Then we have other leaders of Mr. Pargat Singh is there. So there are lots of factions in the party at the moment, and this factionalism has hurt Congress as they did during the last elections also. And even during these
Hmm.
elections, when they were selecting the candidates, in my opinion, some good candidates they were discarded in favor of others because of this factional fight. So Congress
Okay.
I still think that Congress, because it is a catch-all party, Punjab is a very pluralistic state. In Punjab,
Hmm.
we have, it is although it's a Sikh-dominated state, but it is a very good minority of Hindus also. Hindus almost even
Hmm.
40% of Hindus. Then there is
Yeah.
Punjab has also the largest number of Dalits. So
Hmm.
it is a diversity, and Congress is one party who knows how to take along all the sections of the people. So that has
Hmm.
been one of the strengths that why Congress has been so successful because it has been getting votes from all sections of the society, whether in rural areas or in urban areas. It is a pan-Punjab presence and from all sections, and it tries to cultivate leadership from other parties. And then another thing
Hmm.
about
Hmm.
Congress is that despite the factionalism, it is a liberal party. And so, all those leaders who are disenchanted from other parties or who are discarded from their party, they
Hmm.
Congress tend to take them along, and this continuously leads to new blood being infused into Congress, and Congress becoming what we call their software continues to evolve
Hmm. Hmm.
over the years. So this has ensured that Congress still remains the largest political party in Punjab, although it is AAP which is in government and Congress is at the moment it is the principal
Hmm.
opposition party. But in my opinion, that in this election, Congress will do well and might in Punjab they might get the most number of seats.
Okay. So, sir, you mentioned Charanjit Channi, and we saw that there were several reports after the 2022 assembly elections, and a few reports questioned whether making Channi the chief minister of the state before the election? Was it a mistake? So you also just spoke about how diverse the society of Punjab is, and considering all of these equations, was making Channi a Dalit leader, the CM of the state before elections, was it really the mistake of Congress, or did it just expose the caste lines or the way Punjab votes, or how important caste is in Punjab's political dynamics? Did it just expose that?
I think what has happened if we go back to 2020-21,
Hmm.
the Captain Amarinder Singh government was first facing a very big anti-incumbents, and
Hmm.
and in no way under Captain Amarinder Singh Congress would have done anything.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
because and Aam Aadmi because of that farmer issue, all the political parties, whether it was Akali Dal or it was Congress, they were criticized mercilessly by the people. And there
Hmm.
was
Hmm. Hmm.
huge outrage against them. And they were not even allowed on the stage of farmers for 1 year. So they were almost uh, empty, or they were not even there in Punjab's political landscape for 1 year. And Aam Aadmi Party at the same time, they were emerging big. And
Hmm.
they came up with this alternative that, okay, now you have given chances to everybody. Now, ek mauka Kejriwal ko aur Bhagwant Mann.
Hmm.
Congress had to take a decision, and I think the decision was right, Charanjit Channi, but the time he had got was very less. And plus, there was
Hmm.
lots of troubling. Congress High Command could not resolve the internal factionalism within the party, and there
The
was a lot
yeah.
of fight. Channi, Navjot Sidhu, and Mr. Jakhar,
Hmm.
who has now gone to BJP. So once that thing happened, the people they had already an alternative in place, Aam Aadmi Party. So they choose them. But still, if we look at the 15 seats which came to Congress, a large majority of them came from Jalandhar. Jalandhar is an area where Dalits are dominant.
Hmm.
They are very assertive. And I think personally that Charanjit Channi as a CM played a big part in Congress winning those seats. So in hindsight, I will say that it was not a bad decision. It was just that the
Hmm.
Congress High Command could not resolve the different sections of factionalism in the party.
Okay. So, since we are talking about the 2022 Assembly elections and the emergence of AAP, you said that the people did look at them as an alternative. कि एक chance उनको देके देखते हैं. But is that the only reason why Punjab chose Aam Aadmi Party, or do you think there are more aspects to it as well?
Again, as you told, the what has happened in Punjab is that for the last 10 years, there have been
Hmm.
consistently lots of experiments coming up in Punjab. Before Aam Aadmi Party, there was the People's Party of Punjab, which was formed by Mr. Manpreet Singh Badal. And he was saying that he will bring change. And he initially he got a good response. After that, AAP came from nowhere and they got
Hmm.
25% vote. So AAP was already coming up as an alternative. At the
Hmm.
same
Hmm.
time, Akali Dal was getting discredited, as I already told you, from the by BSB and by supporting the three laws. And Congress came up in 2017 because Captain Amarinder Singh had a very big reputation. And at the same time, they
Hmm.
used Prashant Kishore, who used some good tactics in Punjab. And Aam
Hmm.
Aadmi
Hmm. Hmm.
Party at that time, they were not present in many parts of the state. So that led to the Congress government came in. But that Amrinder Singh government was a very huge disappointment because they carried out whatever the Khalis were doing. There was the same sand mafia, there was the drug issue, it was coming, there were transport issues, there was lots of corruption, and the government was considered to be inactive. Even they could not fulfill the promises. So disillusionment was there. What helped up was those farmers' protest. That farmer
Hmm.
protest delegitimized all the political parties, and in par and the only alternative that remained was the Aam Aadmi Party. And once the
Hmm.
farmers they failed to form a political party or a viable alternative, then it was only the Aam Aadmi Party which was there because almost 40 to 45% of the people they were sort of a disillusioned with the with all these
Hmm. Hmm.
political
Hmm.
parties, and into that power vacuum, Aam Aadmi Party followed. And we should remember that Bhagwant Mann was very popular. He still is very popular, but
Hmm.
as a candidate, he was very popular. Even Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, he has been popular in Punjab. And Aam
Popular,
Aadmi
yeah.
Party also come up with some good ideas. They came up with this
Hmm.
1,000 rupees to women, which was a huge attraction for them. and then 300 unit free electricity. Electricity was a
Hmm.
huge issue. People were not able to pay their bills.
Yeah, right.
So all those factors there, and also they came up with new candidates who were fresh and who looked different from the previous
Hmm.
Congress and Akali incumbents, who had a big image problems and who were considered to be corrupt and inaccessible and arrogant. The,
Hmm.
in fact, it was the wholesale decimation of the old political class of Punjab. And if you look at the 2022, all the big wigs, whether they were the Badals or it was Joshi or it was Madhya, even Mr. Channi, they all lost the
Hmm.
election. So it was sort of a groundswell of support for the move in comparatively in
Yeah.
2022, which led to this 92 seats and almost 42% of the votes here.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So, how has AAP regime worked out so far? How has AAP done in the last 2.5 years?
If you look at AAP, the AAP came up with a very big sort of a promise. They said that we will bring Badlav.
Hmm.
AAP, at, at the midpoint, I will say this is the midpoint, uh, they have not been able to fulfill those promises. This is one thing.
Hmm.
And for example, the drug issue continues. The 1,000 rupees they have not been able to pay, and there have been allegation of corruption. Even as we have this liquor scandal in Delhi, Punjab also there is a liquor scandal, and then sand
Hmm.
mafia also it also continues in Punjab. And there is also a perception that the Punjab government is not run from Punjab; it is run by the Delhi. So whether it's Mr.
Delhi.
Arvind
Okay.
Kejriwal or Mr. Wani
Hmm.
Chadda, there was this perception. Now, this is a very touchy issue in Punjab because Punjab has a regional identity. And Punjab is a
Yeah.
very sort of a proud success state. So, whenever there is a thinking that somebody is running from Delhi, Punjab, so that leads to
Hmm.
some perception problem. So, here what is the
Hmm.
Delhi, what has happened is that now the Delhi leaders, they have become very unpopular in Punjab. But paradoxically, popularity of as far as Bhagwant Maan is, it is still
Hmm.
high in Punjab. And then they have been able to, on the what we call the positive side, they have been able to fulfill some of the promises. For example, 300 units, that is still a big issue. People
Hmm.
are supporting them. People are supporting the government of that. Then they have also built some Aam Aadmi Party clinics that has also been reported to be doing fine. And then
Okay.
in some areas, electricity there was a problem of providing electricity to the agricultural sector. So that has also been resolved now. So in some areas, Aam Aadmi Party has done well. They are popular, but in some sections, especially among the Dalits,
Hmm.
they are losing support because the Dalits they said that we have not got nothing. It is only the people, the general category people, who are getting. Because when we talk to most the Dalits, there is a visible disillusionment with the Aam Aadmi. They are saying that what they were getting atta dal, for example, they were getting what we call wheat, 30 kg wheat they were getting previously per month. Now that has been cut to 10. According to them, it has been cut to 10 kg or 5 kg. That is a very big issue. Many of the ration cards, they have been taken away, uh, they have been cancelled. Then
Hmm.
they say we are not we are not getting our pensions. There is a disillusionment, and then of course 1,000 rupee promise Aam Aadmi Party has not been able to fulfill. Then there is also
Okay.
perception that Aam Aadmi Party came on this issue that we are Aam Aadmis, we are very regular people. But when reports came up that government is riding using helicopters on state exchequer, they are using
Hmm.
to buy jets. That leads to a image problem for the party. So
For
I
the
will say
party.
that at this moment, Aam Aadmi Party it is not that popular as it used to be previously,
Hmm.
but still it has support of a large section of people, especially among the lower middle class. Lower middle class, small shopkeepers, small farmers, they still support the party, and I think along with Congress, they will get the maximum seats from Punjab in this election.
Okay. But the what has happened to the AP's leadership in Delhi? We see the way that the central agencies have several of them have are being investigated, and some of them are behind bars. So, do you think that will have an impact on AP in Punjab?
No, again, this thing, the one thing, this thing, what has happened in Punjab is that one of the reasons why our Delhi leadership has lost its support is because AAP in Punjab is almost replicating the same thing which BJP is doing to them in Delhi. For example, they have been using vigilance, just like Aam Aadmi Party or BJP is using ED against the opposition. Similarly, in Punjab, it is the state vigilance which is being used against the opposition. Aam Aadmi Party think that we are doing it against corruption, we are taking action against corruption. But many of the cases, it has been there that vigilance goes to a person's place and he's behind bars or is given warning, and then suddenly he joins the Aam Aadmi Party and ticket is given to him. So this Mr. Rajkumar Khandelwal who has been given the ticket from Hoshiarpur. He's an example of that. So and Punjab is a very political state, highly politicized, and everything is discussed on social media, on newspapers. So it is a slow state, it is a rural state. So it is not a huge metropolitan where people don't have time to see things. So politics is a big issue here. So when people
Hmm.
see these things, they don't get sympathy which comes to Aam Aadmi Party leaders in Delhi or other parts of India. Does not come to Punjab. Another thing that Aam Aadmi Party has done in Punjab, that it has silenced all the media, all the voices which are opposed to Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party
Okay.
tries either to buy them or to silence them. Or to silence them.
Oh.
So almost all the mainstream media has been now bought up. And even the YouTube channels, smaller ones, they have been multiple times they have been shut down. Uh, on one pretext or another. So that has led to a perception that Aam Aadmi Party is not much different from the BJP in
Yeah.
some respect.
Right. Hmm.
That has been a problem in Punjab.
Okay. So, before we come to BJP again, I would also since you also mentioned that there are three seats where independent candidates who are radicals they are contesting. So, in that context, how much relevance or how much impact does the Khalistan issue would have on these elections? You think?
Now, again, if you look at from outside Punjab, it looks that if okay, three radical leaders are gaining good support. This means that people
Hmm.
support Khalistan. But if you talk to
Hmm.
people, Khalistan is not an issue. Main thing is that there is a sympathy for, let's say, Amritpal. There is a sympathy for Amritpal. Sympathy is
Hmm.
because people in rural areas think that he was unfairly targeted or he was
Hmm.
targeted
Hmm.
much more than what he warranted. It was just a small law and order issue, according to the people, and he was just a draconian national security act was imposed against him, and he was sent to jail.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the perception among people was that he was unfairly dealt with, and if our vote brings him back to Punjab, he is released, then it does not take in any harm. Now, this reason is because people have lost faith in political parties. They say that our
Hmm. Hmm.
vote
Hmm.
has been wasted so many times. Okay, if he again, even if he does not do anything, we will not. We will accept that. At least he will come back. At least because he has been
Hmm.
unfairly dealt with. Now, if you look at the other candidate, Mr. Sarabjit
Hmm.
Singh, who is fighting from Freeport. Now, as he already mentioned, he is the son of Mr. Byaran Singh, who was the son
Hmm.
of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Now, there is sympathy for him that, okay, this man's family had done so much for the Sikhs because they had avenged the assault on the collective conscience of the Sikhs, which was there because Mrs.
Hmm.
Indira Gandhi had ordered the destruction of Operation Blue Star, which led
Yeah.
to the destruction of Golden Temple. So there is a sympathy for that person. And again, I will again mention because the conventional political parties they are giving those sort of characteristics in those areas. For example, in
Hmm.
Freeport, they have given ticket to Hansraj Hans, who is he's a singer who does not know much about the area. He's an outsider.
Hmm. Hmm.
Aam
Hmm.
Aadmi Party has given ticket to Karamjit Anmol, who was one of the friends of Mr. Bhagwant
Hmm.
Kumar Singh. He's also a celebrity, and he's also an outsider. And Congress and Akali candidates, they are non-district. So there is also sort of a rejection by the people of political parties. They say that they take us for so much for granted. They can't give us
Hmm.
good candidates who can take up our issues. Okay, so we will revolt. So it is sort of a grassroots movement, which is largely a decentralized movement, which is taken by the people. Announcements are made from gurdwaras, and there are impromptu roads. What we call road rallies. There we have car rallies, we have all different types of motorcycle rallies for this candidate, and
Hmm.
NRS are making calls, and then large collection of money is coming up. So it has come largely because in our Punjab is like it is a connected society, and Faridkot is such a seat is largely rural and very
Hmm.
dominated by the Jats and Madhus. So and it is not much urban. And in a five-corner contest, there is a distinct possibility that both these candidates, Mr.
Hmm.
Amritpal as well as Mr. Sarabjit Singh, they can sail through.
Okay.
And as far as the
So. Hmm.
third candidate is concerned, Mr. Maan, Simranjit Singh Maan. Now, he
Hmm.
for the last 40 years he has been consistently advocating for Khalistan, but this is largely a peaceful sort of a demand. He has not raised
Hmm.
any sort of a what we call an agitation for the issue. He has been using
Yeah.
only parliamentary methodology, and even when he campaigns for a Hindu, Sikh, and Muslim amity. There is a large support of Muslims for him from Late
Hmm. Hmm.
Kotla.
Hmm.
There is support for Hindus also, and he is known to use his anti-led and because his normal sort of a functioning is just like a normal democratic politician. So he might use Khalistan as a sort of a branding for himself or distinguishing himself from other politicians. But Khalistan among the people is not an issue. Even in this election, it is more of a
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
sympathy for those two individuals and a reaction against the turncoats and all the political parties which has
Yeah.
disillusioned them, which has led to the support. It is not a support for Khalistan. When you talk to people, they say, no, we don't support Khalistan.
Hmm. 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 So, how has the huge Punjab diaspora, how is it looking at the elections, and what role is it playing in these elections?
No, diaspora in Punjab is very strong. Diaspora, it has been becoming stronger and stronger
Yeah.
because more and more people are migrating out of Punjab,
Hmm.
and they have
Yeah.
connections with Punjab. And now with all these internet and social media, so this connection
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
continuous. And whatever is happening in Punjab, NRIs are interested. There are lots of radios, there are lots of TV stations which cater to the
Hmm.
NRI audience. And NRI audience has largely been uh, a votary for change. They have been, and they
Hmm.
have supported all types of people. For example, in the 90s, they were largely supporting the Mr. Simranjit Singh Maan. And then Mr. Balwant Singh Ramuvali, who was a former MP, he started his political party. They supported
Yeah.
him. He was a secular sort of a politician. He used mainly raised NRI issues. Then when Manpreet Badal's PPP came up, that was a
Hmm. Hmm.
secular sort of a organization with a left support and with the who said that we will
Yeah.
fight elections on the ideals of Bhagwant Mann. Sorry, on Bhagat Singh. Even that PPP was supported largely by the NRIs. And similarly, we see the rise of Aam Aadmi Party. It would not have been possible without the support of the NRIs. But now the
Hmm.
NRIs like because they want quick change and they are away from Punjab. And also many of them they are radicalized from abroad by
Okay.
Gurdwara and all because there is a whole
Hmm.
ecosystem in Canada and USA which is
Hmm.
largely pro-radicals. This
Okay.
election, the support is largely for the radicals. For the support
Radicals. Okay.
for either Mr. Simran Kumar, Mr. Amritpal, or Mr. Sarabjit Singh. So there, and the diaspora support is largely for the radicals. Although they are also
Okay.
supporting in some numbers the other people like Mr. Dharamveer Gandhi or other politicians like Mr. Harjeshwar Pal who is also been raising NRI issues and issues of sex. So they have been also there.
Hmm. 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 So coming to BJP now, BJP is contesting Punjab Lok Sabha elections independently. I think in decades, for the first time in decades, and we see that you also spoke earlier about the anti-BJP sentiment that's among people due to various reasons. And still, despite all of that, do you think BJP will be able to make some inroads in Punjab?
Now, BJP is an interesting case in Punjab. That if you look, Punjab has been one of the most difficult states for BJP.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, if we consider all the mainstream states, I think after Tamil Nadu, it is Punjab where the
Punjab, yeah.
BJP has been, BJP has not been able to make any input. And
Hmm.
despite 10 years of Modi government, Punjab has not given much response to the BJP. BJP vote has share has been consistently in 8, 9 range
Hmm.
whenever
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
have been in partnership with the Akali. and their support base has largely confined to the urban areas, especially among the upper caste Hindus. Their leadership has been largely what we call non-existent. Even their cadre strength has been weak. So BJP has struggled in
Hmm.
Punjab. But the last 2 3 years after their divorce with Akali Dal, BJP has
Yeah.
tried to make inroads in Punjab. And for this, they have used a number of strategies. They have tried to incorporate lots of leaders, Jatsic leaders from traditional parties. For example, they have taken Mr. Sunil Jakhar,
Hmm.
who is formerly the president of Punjab Congress, now is the president of BJP. Then former
Yeah.
CM, Mr. Marinder Singh and his family, they have joined him. Mr. Rana Sodhi, Mr. Bittu, they have all gone. Manpreet Badal, who were once considered very big names in Punjab politics, they have all joined BJP. So BJP has tried to penetrate Punjab uh, through these leaders, the countryside.
Hmm.
Also, they have been using the Sikh religious commemoration of Veer Bal Diwas
Yeah.
or Martyrdom of Guru Tegh Bahadur to appeal to religious Sikhs. And at the same time, they have been trying to market their Labharthi schemes to the Dalits, especially among the most poorest of them all. Just all these inroads has what we call efforts has led to an increase in the vote share of BJP. If you look at the trend in the last two by-elections which were fought
Hmm.
after the 2022 election, both in Sangrur in 2022 and in Jalandhar 2023,
Yeah.
the vote share of BJP has increased. And even in these elections, despite the what we call opposition of the farmers, and the hostility of the state to the BJP, BJP vote share
Hmm.
will increase. And this will largely be because of the base
Okay.
effect. Because now they will be
Hmm.
fighting on all the seats. Previously, they were used to only fight on 3 seats in parliament and 23 seats in the assembly elections.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
their vote share will increase. I think their vote share will be somewhere about in the 15 to 20 mark, 15-60% their vote
Okay.
share will increase. But as far as the seats are concerned, I have my doubts that in this election, they will be able to win any of the seats in Punjab. Although
Hmm.
this rise of the radicals will lead to some increase in their vote base, especially among the Hindus in the urban areas.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was also one thing that I also wanted to ask you about religion, especially how they are using religion in the state. Will their attempt to push a line of separation between Sikhs and Muslims, will that work in Punjab?
BJP traditionally they have been trying to do this throughout their religious
Hmm.
strategy, this polarization strategy. Because but one thing that we have to keep in mind is that Punjab has rarely given support to the radical sector.
Hmm.
Only very briefly in 1989, the radicals were able to, so whether they are radical Sikhs or radical Hindus, both they have struggled in Punjab. Largely the Sikhs, they have been represented by Akali Dal, which is a moderate party and which is a Punjabi party after 96. They are saying that we are
Hmm.
Punjabi. And of course, they have been a Punjabi party, despite all their problems, despite all the gundagardi which they did,
Yeah.
all the mafias they patronized, and all the high-handedness and everything. But Akali Dal has largely been it has been a secular party which has given leadership positions to almost all the sections of the public. Even their
Hmm.
policies have been tailored for the race, and so they also many of the Bania communities have been supporting the BJP, especially
Hmm.
in
Hmm. Hmm.
Malwa belt of Punjab, Akali Dal.
Okay.
Similarly, Congress, as we already said, it is a classical case. So these have been the main political parties of Punjab so far. So as long
Yeah.
as they have been strong, both of these forces they have been marginalized. They have been
Hmm.
peripheral
Hmm.
forces. Akali Dal, Man, they have struggled to for the last 30 years. They have been getting just 1-2% vote, not more than that. Although this
Hmm.
time their vote bank will definitely increase, and in my
Increase.
calculation,
Okay.
it's been rise to 10%. If they rise, radical six rise, BJP will automatically rise, and then the
Hmm.
two centralist forces they will swing. So this is I
Hmm.
mean this
Hmm.
is the
Hmm.
game plan of so BJP on their own. It is very difficult for them to come out. But if the radical six come up, which many people in Punjab believe that especially Amrit Pal, in the case of Amrit Pal Singh, it is largely the handiwork of BJP because he has been suddenly out of nowhere he has
Hmm.
decided to sitting in the jail in Dibrugarh and he has decided to fight this election and the whole process of fighting election from filing nomination to opening bank accounts has been smoothened for him. So there is a a large sort of perception in Punjab that it is largely been done by the BJP. Because the rise of radicals will,
Mm-hmm.
if one party will benefit from that, that would be BJP. And already there are feelings
BJP, yeah.
that sections of urban Hindus, they will,
Mm-hmm.
their anxiety, their fear will rise. Because Punjabi Hindu has largely been secular, he has been part of the
Hmm.
society, and he is as pluralistic, as divided as the Sikhs are. So there are many
Hmm.
shades of Hindus, but if their anxieties rise, then of course they can support the BJP. Because so far, despite
Hmm.
all the claims of PM Modi, Punjab or even Punjabi Hindus, they have not favored BJP. They have largely supported Congress or Aam Aadmi Party compared to the BJP or even Akali Dal.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. So, considering all these changing political dynamics and how everything is taking place in Punjab, the changing political alliances as well, and all these issues that are a huge part of the elections this time, how is the civil society in Punjab and the artists in Punjab responding to this? How do they feel about all of this?
Now, one good thing that has happened in Punjab is that with especially this Kisan agitation, which was almost a 1 year issue, and
Hmm.
almost the whole of Punjab society had participated. This has strengthened the civil society in Punjab. Civil society in Punjab, especially the farmers movement, the farmer
Hmm.
unions, they have strengthened a lot in Punjab, and it is they who have been holding sway in the countryside, in
Hmm.
the villages, and because previously the political parties they were stronger, and especially during the Kali reign, they were using a lot of high-handedness against the ordinary
Hmm.
people.
Hmm.
But this with the rise of civil society, now popular protests on environmental issues, for example, there was a factory in Zira which was polluting. So there was then there was a Matsewada jungle issue, again of environmental concern. It was the civil society which raised the issues. Ultimately, the government had to take their step, uh, take step there. So civil society in Punjab has, as far as the artists are concerned, also they have been largely left and left of center. They have been supporting secularism, they have been supporting democracy.
Hmm.
So all of them they have been strengthened with this Islam movement. So, when we look at it from the overall perspective, if we look at the all India perspective, if in the last 10 years the polity has
Hmm.
centralized, where power has concentrated among a few individuals, whether
Yeah.
for the corporates or from the political class, BJP. In Punjab, power has decentralized. Now, it is not the government or the political parties that are that powerful.
Hmm.
It is the Kisan organization of civil society which has equal importance. And people go to these organizations to settle
Hmm.
their disputes or to get
Okay.
if they have
Yeah.
any problems to get a remedy from there.
Hmm.
So even some of the functions of the police they have been performed by the Kisan movement. Although there is a paradoxically, there is a fear among the capitalists, among the many people in the industries, that so much power to the farmers, it would lead to the deindustrialization of the state. Already, industry is not in a good state. So that could lead to further agrarianism of the state and further lack
Hmm.
of development of the state. Although there is a fear, because the farmers they have been so powerful. But if you look at from the civil society perspective, from democratic perspective, from a pluralistic
Hmm.
perspective, then definitely this is a welcome move that this Kisan agitation
Hmm.
has led to empowerment of the people. So many new
Yeah.
leaders have come up, so many new artists have come up. There have been singers who have been singing
Hmm.
for the farmers, for the people, and even people they have been asking questions. You can see this in this elections also. That political parties, every political party, political leader is now being questioned by the people, which was no longer there even
Hmm.
10 years back.
So that's a welcome change. Yeah. All right. So, sir, coming to the last question to sum it all up, how do you think Punjab will vote this time? Which side do you think it's inclined to?
If you ask my opinion, at the moment, election is just 2 years from 2 days from now, as we are recording. At the moment, it is the India Alliance which would be getting the maximum number of seats as far as Punjab is concerned. Uh, in my calculation, they should get between 9 to 10 seats in Punjab. Uh,
Even though they are
Whether
not, even though
much
they are not
more of them,
contesting together.
even though they are not contesting together, because
Okay.
we have to remember this one thing, that Congress
Hmm.
is the principal opposition party in
Hmm.
Punjab, and Aam Aadmi Party is the
Hmm.
ruling party. So if they two had joined together, then BJP would straight away become the main opposition, and BJP would have been the major kingdom. So at the
Yeah.
moment, Aam Aadmi Party is operating like a ruling party, and Congress is criticizing them like as an opposition party. So maximum seats should go to them, 9 to 10.
Hmm.
Which party gets more, that is open to debate? I think it would be close. In my opinion, Congress might get more than from them.
Okay.
Akali Dal might get
Hmm.
one seat, that is a Bathinda seat from where Harsimrat Kaur Badal, daughter of wife of Sukhbir Badal, is contesting. And the
Hmm.
radicals, I think they can sail through those two seats, the Faridkot and Khadur Sahib. BJP at the moment, I don't think they will be winning any seat. At the moment, they might surprise,
Okay.
but at the moment, I don't think they will not be able to open their account in Punjab in this election.
Okay. So I think on that note, we can stop today's discussion, today's conversation. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today and giving us your valuable insights into what politics in Punjab looks like, and what do you think would be the future. The election is just 2 days away now. So what do you think? Let's see what happens, and let's see what Punjab votes for, who Punjab votes for. So Indie Journal has done a lot of coverage when it comes to election this time. We have gone to several other states. We have spoken with experts and leaders from several states, and we have tried to bring you a perspective on how people are voting in different parts of the country. So do subscribe our channel to watch all those videos, different reportages, different interviews, and also do not forget to like and share this video. Keep watching Indie Journal. Thank you.